Hi, Randall.
Bettina.
Here we are in beautiful Laurel Glen Vineyard. It's a glorious February day. Crazy warm for February, whatever it is, 9th.
We're hitting records.
We're hitting records. But all this beautiful warmth means that our cover crop is doing incredibly well. And what I want to understand better today, Randall, is why is the cover crop so important to our organic farming initiative?
Yes, we have several different reasons for it. So we will seed the cover crop that we want in the fall. So right after harvest, typically, we will put the amount of seed that we want, different.
And what kind of plants do
Mixture.
we want to grow? I mean, I see we have sweet peas.
Yes, so we do beans and peas. So the peas and the beans are our legumes, and they will build up a lot of nitrogen material. And throughout the growing season, well, they will actually lock in the small amount of soil we have on the hillside here to prevent erosion during the rainy season. And then in the spring, when the rains have stopped, we will get in and disc and mow the cover crop into the soil as a kind of a green manure, adding a lot of nutrients to the vines. And the legumes are unusual in that they have a symbiotic relationship with nitrogen fixing bacteria in their root nodules. So under the soil are these beneficial nitrogen fixing bacteria that can take nitrogen from the air around us, the atmosphere, and fix it, put it back into the soil.
Very cool.
Whereas all other plants are really mining nutrients out of the soil, these legumes are providing back and providing tilth to the soil.
So here we have peas. Is this calendula?
Yes.
And then what is this?
Well, there's some miner's lettuce here, which you can eat this one
lettuce.
too.
Cool.
Try that one. Make a salad with the pea
The
shoots.
peas are amazingly sweet.
Peas
And then I see some grasses.
Yes.
Is that intentional or is that?
The cayuse oats, Phil will put a small amount of those in. It's not really adding back much nutrients, but it will give you a lot of it will outcompete some of the weeds in there and soak up extra moisture in the wintertime.
Got it. Okay, so quite the
Depending on
cornucopia.
the
Now-
vigor of the vines, we'll have more of the legumes and less of the cayuse oats. If the vines need more nutrients, we'll need more of the legumes. If the prior year, when we're testing the leaves, the nutrients within the vine, we can determine what we will do next year for our soil amendments and our cover crop.
So obviously we have pruned recently, and I see that we've left all of the canes that we pruned off the vines lying in between the vine rows. What's the sort of logic or what's going to happen with that?
Yes, well, some vineyards might pile up their clippings and burn them on a burn day, but we prefer to give it back into the soil. These are nutrients lost by the vines. In fact, the exact nutrients vines need are located within the clippings and the grapes, the pumice that we after pressing off from the fermentations. So once we come in with the mower, it will chop up that and it will go back into the soil, just like bark, basically.
So did I understand you correctly that there are a lot of nutrients in these clippings that then will get returned to the soil to benefit the vine?
Yes, it's kind of like its own compost. This is compost made from a vine.
Cool.
Specifically. And another thing is that with organic farming, we don't use synthetic fertilizers. So we are trying to really not have these huge peaks and valleys of pumping up the vines. Slow release of nutrients to the vines is what our goal is, and having a balance out there. So you see our vines are smaller than in most vineyards. Well, that's partially because we're on the hillside and it's more of a struggle, so you get more concentration, less of the big umbrella effect when they're in the middle of the season where they are shading the fruit too much. We want to get a lot of sunlight